Hello, spin enthusiasts. There was recently a really interesting discussion on one of the Facebook color guard instructor groups that I'm a part of that I think I really would like to shed some light on some of the answers you guys were saying. Actually, one answer in particular, maybe two, depending on how you look at it. So the question was, if you had a ton of money, what is the first thing that you would do as a color guard instructor? And the number one response that I saw when I was looking at it was that you would build a color guard facility. You would have your own building that you would build, and it would just be for color guards to practice in, and you would have color guard classes there during the week and this, that, and the other. So Spintronics is a very fortunate organization. I don't know that we would have been able to survive as long as we've had if we didn't have our own facility. We don't practice at our facility anymore, but we used to. So what I'm going to do is go through and show you guys some of the things that come along with having a practice facility, because I think one of the reasons so many people want a practice facility that's just for color guard is because then you don't have to worry about scheduling. You get first pick of the schedule when you want to have practice, and that's a really awesome thing to have autonomy over as an instructor. And while that's a huge benefit, there are a lot of drawbacks, and sometimes those drawbacks are able to be handled and sometimes not. I will say, having your own facility, you run into a lot of extra expenses that you might not necessarily plan for, and I'm going to show you some of the stuff that we've had to do over the years by ourselves or figure out how to do as we have ran our facility. The first thing I want to tell you about is our beautiful parking lot, which has some potholes, and when it snows, I have to get out here and shovel it or spread ice, melt, or anything like that. The next place I want to show you is our walkway. For several years, this thing flooded every time there was rain or water or anything. And luckily I had a family friend who knows how to do this kind of thing and built us a sort of, I don't know if you'd call this a bridge, but basically built up the walkway. So when it floods, it just comes to the top of this walkway now. The floors, we take care of ourselves. So we have lovely vacuums and brooms. And how many vacuums have we been through, Shy, in the last, four in the last several years?
Look at your baby.
If anything happens or the floor tiles break, we have to replace them ourselves, which we haven't done that yet in here. Something happened with the glue, and so, yeah, it's just been hard. We also have to stock our own toilet paper, which goes over there. That's cool. And, washing the mirrors is important. We have our kitchen in here, which we have to keep organized. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's something. And we have to take out our own trash, and we have to find a way to dispose of it. So also, what you need to know is that whenever you have a building and you keep food in that place, you always have a tendency to attract things like mice. So you have to have a proper way to dispose of mice.
I put it upside down in the trash can, whenever you go to a potluck and you get food that you don't like, but you don't want anyone to know you didn't like it, so you flip it upside down.
It was pre-dead, by the way. It was not a live mouse. We were just sticking in the trash can. More sweeping. Huzzah. Down here, there is our heater, which...
Sorry, I thought I would have more time, but Sheridan might tell. I forgot I was going to do that.
We ended up having to replace... There's all of our vacuums. We ended up having to replace this a few years ago, entire unit, and that was really terrifying because it gets really cold here, and having to replace an entire propane furnace is very expensive. Also, we had space heaters for a little while, which are very terrifying and dangerous to use because electricity. We also have to pay an electric bill being here, so when we use the space heaters, that ramps up the electric bill really bad. Your servants are cleaning for you?
And then I clean the bathroom after they leave, so.
Got you, okay. When no one else is around to watch you clean the bathroom?
Yeah, it's fair, I guess.
Okay, so right now, where we put the trash is, let me turn the light on for you. Right there, see those trash bags over there to the left? That's where they go. Just stick them there for now, and then we'll take them out on trash day. It'll be fantastic. Also, if you leave a lot of trash here for a really long time, it attracts raccoons. Guess how we know that? This is where we used to practice. It is now full of shelves and storage stuff because people who own factories and store things will pay more rent than a color guard will pay to have a practice space. Surprise! Not really. Going along with the theme of keeping it warm here, we had this issue of these really old glass windows, so we put insulation in the windows to try to kind of help with the heat situation. We also have beds here because we do sleepovers every weekend, and you have to keep a stockpile of extra stuff just in case people forget to bring their things, and you have to keep the beds clean. It's really difficult in the summer because we're not in here in the summer and there's a portion of the building that floods. It makes a lot of humidity. And so we have to do a lot to keep the building from getting mold over the summer when we're not here all the time. So there's these like mold traps and things that like dry the air out, and we have dehumidifiers we set up, and that was a definite learning experience because like the first year we came back after having the summer off, like the whole place was moldy. We didn't have beds yet, thank God, but the whole place was moldy and it was just disgusting. And yeah, no, not cool. I don't even want to go back to thinking about how things were back then. Storage is very important, and having an organized storage system, especially when like we have all of our old show flags here that are for sale, and we have some like used shoes and things. Those are listed on our website, and when people order them, I have to be able to come back here really quickly and be able to grab whatever it is you guys order and ship it out fairly fast. Then there's the whole key situation. So like, who has a key to the facility and when are they allowed to get in? And are you going to hire somebody?
So far, I'm the only one with the key, besides Jeff.
Does Sam not have theirs? No. Well, and then the person who has the key has to know like what all needs to be locked and what all needs to be open. Like for instance, like there's a door that has to be left open. This one has to be locked, but the inner one has to be left open. And also they need to know where all the lights are and how to turn on and off the lights, how to turn on and off the heat, how to turn on and off the water heater, because if our water heater, the way it works, if it doesn't get turned off, it'll like burn through the water for some reason. I guess it's just because it's old. It's probably another thing we're gonna have to replace here soon. So all in all, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to have your own facility. It's actually really great. And like I said at the beginning of this, we're super duper blessed that we have been able to have this facility for so long. But I'm just saying, keep in mind that you're not going to be like getting rid of all of your problems by having your own facility. You're just going to have a different set of problems that you have to contemplate, and you're going to have a lot of problem solving skills. It's really helpful if you have somebody who knows how to take care of a building and has done something like this before on your team. Did you learn anything new from this video? Let us know in the comments, or drop new questions there that we can answer in future videos too.